Hi, my name is Shannon. I would like to share a model with you today called Radical Candor. The model was created by a former Google executive by the name of Kim Scott, and you can learn more about the model in her book under the same title, Radical Candor. Now, this model, which I will put on the screen here for you in just a moment, is designed to help us develop trust in any relationships in our life, particularly at business. It can be family, it can be church, it can be anything that you're involved with on a regular basis. And we do that by learning how to speak to one another more candidly, hence the title Radical Candor. So the model, let me share my screen and I'll put the model here for you. Dun, dun, dun. Think you can see it now. The model is a 2x2 diagram. It's quite simple, and I'm hoping that you will leave this with some tools that you can use to be more direct in the way you speak with one another. Now, the two axes, as you will see, there's the vertical axis that is caring personally, and the further we move up that axis, the more we are willing, the more we care about other people, the more we're demonstrating that we care. The horizontal axis is challenge directly, and the more, as you see, the more we move to the right on that axis, the more willing we are to challenge one another. So I want to use an example now and take you through the model so that you might begin to think of it in your day-to-day interactions with others. If we start in the radical candor model, this is kind of what we're aspiring, how we're aspiring to behave and speak with one another. Then you can see that radical candor is when we both are willing to challenge each other and when we care personally. So let's take the example that you're out to lunch and you're coming back from lunch with a colleague. We'll call her Mary for this example. And just before you enter the place of work, your office or whatever it might be, you notice that Mary has a big glob of spinach in her front teeth. I think we can all relate to that kind of example. And if you're behaving with radical candor, then you might say quietly to Mary before you enter the office, "Hey, Mary, I noticed you have some spinach in your teeth. You might want to get that out. I like when people tell me about that. I hope you don't mind that I've shared that with you." And so no matter how Mary reacts to that on the spot, she might be a little offended or a little caught off guard. Sooner or later, she will realize that you had her best interest in mind. So you didn't take advantage of her in front of other people. You said it quietly. You could relate to the situation. That is both challenging her directly and demonstrating that you care. If we move down to the lower right, obnoxious aggression. So that is where we're choosing to challenge someone directly, but we're very low on the care axis. So you might say to Mary, you see the spinach as you enter the office, but you don't say anything. You wait until we're in the office. There are 5 or 10 other colleagues nearby, and you say out loud, "Hey, Mary, I see that you've brought your lunch back for everyone to have some." And she runs in the bathroom and sees the spinach, and she's totally humiliated that you had fun at her expense. So that is obnoxious aggression. That is choosing to challenge someone but not having much care in the interaction. If we go to the top left, to ruinous empathy, this is where we care so much about the person and we're scared. We don't want to hurt them. We don't want to injure them, so we don't challenge them at all. And in this case, you wouldn't tell Mary about the spinach. You go into the office. You don't say anything because you don't want to hurt her feelings or embarrass her. 5, 10, 15 minutes later, another colleague notices the spinach, tells Mary about it. And now Mary is wondering why you didn't have the courage to tell her in the first place. So this is ruinous empathy, and this is not the best place to be. It's still better than the bottom left quadrant, manipulative insincerity. So that is where we neither care nor challenge people we're working with. And the example of that is the same thing. We choose not to say anything to Mary, but this time it's because we're concerned about our own reputation. We don't want Mary to be offended by us or to think badly of us, and we don't want others around us to hear us giving that feedback to Mary. So we just crawl into our turtle shell, and with deep insincerity, we're manipulating the situation. So that's kind of the worst place to be. Let me share the screen back now, if I can figure out how to. There we go. Thank you. So that's radical candor. And I wanted to just leave you with this, that it's a 2x2 matrix. The way I've been using it for the last year or so is whenever I have interactions that are delicate or sensitive, or I'm not sure how I should handle them, that I'm very aware of, 1, do I want to challenge this person? And 2, do I care about this person? And usually if I can answer yes to both of those, then I can behave with radical candor. So that's the model. Good luck. Have a great day.